San Marcos is full of local businesses that need your support, and here to talk about Small Business Saturday and why it's so important is Mayor of San Marcos, Rebecca Jones. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. I'm excited to talk about Small Business Saturday because, everyone talks about, Black Friday. Well, in 2010, American Express said, hey, let's focus on our small businesses. And so that's when it was born, the Small Business Saturday. There are so many places that you can go in San Marcos and really in your city, whatever your city is. But we definitely want people to come to San Marcos, spend time shopping, and then going and having some nice food in one of our small restaurants. And then also, going and enjoying the San Marcos sunshine. We have 72 miles of trails, so you can make a day of it.
I can't believe I agreed to have you on the show to talk about things because I'd love to just keep it our little secret, but we do have some really nice things as I can say as a San Marconian, but we're showing some local businesses here. Yeah. But really this is an idea that pertains to everybody, really all over the country. But yes. In San Diego, if you are a city and you need those local funds to support so many programs, talk about how that in turn helps people when they are shopping local in their own city.
Yeah, so that's multifaceted. So if you look at San Marcos specifically, we have about 90% of our businesses are very small businesses owned by our residents. So not only are you keeping the local economy going, because cities like ours, for instance, we receive the smallest amount of tax increment from property taxes. So right around 7%, while cities like Coronado are over 31%. So if you just kind of look at the disparity in that, we really rely on people shopping small, being in local businesses, spending their money in our city, because when you go to Amazon, even though it's convenient, it really doesn't help our local economy. So for us, we want to make sure we encourage people, go to the small stores, go to the places that are in our community, shop as much as you possibly can when you need to. But like food, for instance, prescriptions, those do not pay sales tax, but the rest of everything else does. So if you're going to do a home improvement project, spend your money in San Marcos. If you're going to go out and have some food, go to San Marcos. Spend the money in the businesses that are going to help our community. So, for instance, if you look at North City, where our downtown is finally evolving, you've got Winston's Ice Cream that is San Marcos based. You have Maya's Cookies, the second storefront in all of the county and the country. #1 small business for Black-owned woman business. Then you have places like Finally Home right there at Creekside Marketplace. Another great example. I mean, so many businesses, I can't even begin to tell you. Yesterday, I took my daughter shopping for some Christmas things for her tree, and we went over to California, or Old California Mining Company, which is the mining company now, right there at Creekside Marketplace. Spend your money locally because it really does keep the economy going, but also our local residents is both employed and then also, their business is doing well.
These are also businesses that then will turn around and sponsor local sports teams.
Yes.
They will do different things, and it works as a system. Yes. If we all take part. And I do want to talk a little bit about San Marcos was one of the few cities in the county that passed an increase in the local sales tax, and that was in large part without much opposition. I know in San Marcos, Measure Q, because the city council was typically seen by voters as a city that was spending the money responsibly.
Yes, and that's actually a very important thing that you brought up, because when you look at San Marcos, as I mentioned, we had the lowest increment from property tax. Right. That's how we pay for law enforcement and all of the wonderful things, our parks, our trails, all of the great things that our community really enjoys. I think that one of the reasons that our ballot measure did pass is because we're trustworthy. When you can trust your city council and we call it the San Marcos way. The San Marcos way is really spending money very wisely, being very frugal in some things, but making sure that we are providing the highest quality of services to our community. I believe that's why it passed. Nobody wants to support a sales tax and, ask their residents to pay more. Of course we don't. But at the end of the day, for us to keep the San Marcos way, the high quality services, it really was very important for us. And again, you know, shopping small and you know, going to those local businesses is really an important part of it, because it will keep that money locally. One other thing that I'd like to say about Measure Q is that when that does start up here in April, it is also going to have a citizens committee that will be very careful in watching locally and keeping the money local. Nobody from outside, you know, keeping track of that. It's going to be local folks within our community. So that's an important part of it as well, keeping everything local.
All right. Well, Mayor Jones, thank you so much. Bottom line, shop local and help your community. So
Yes.
there you go. All right.